Good evening, great evening, champions. This is Coach T. I want to welcome each and every one of you to the line this evening. Please tell me your name and where you're calling from.
Rivers of money.
Hey, I like that. Good to have you on the line. Who else is out there this evening? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Well, awesome. I know I got some secret squirrels on the line. We're so good to have each and every one of you chiming in. Great evening. This is Coach T. T. Tell me your name and where you're calling from. Well, awesome, folks. We're going to get started here in another 60 seconds. Actually, 90. Give me 90 seconds, guys, before we get started here. And I get to introduce our amazing presenters this evening. Great evening. Please tell me your name and where you're calling from.
Steve Mason, Philadelphia, PA.
There he is. Good to have you. Philly is in the building. Great evening, sir. Who else do we have on the line? Well, awesome, guys. We're going to go ahead and get started in just a few more minutes. I have to tell you that if you can't hear the excitement in my voice, you are truly at the right place. You are definitely at the right time, and I can't express how much you need to understand. You are definitely with the right people. This is Coach T. I want to welcome each and every one of you to the line this evening. Please tell me your name and where you're calling from.
This is Pastor Turner from South Carolina.
South Carolina in the building. Good to have you, sir. Welcome. Who else do we have out there this evening? Yes, sir. Who else do we have chiming in this evening?
Aloysia from Florida.
Florida. Yes, good to have you. The land of Mickey and Minnie. Hello, good afternoon. Who else do we have on the line this evening?
Tyrone Reed, Atlanta, Georgia.
ATL is in the building. Good evening. Good to have you. Guys, I am so excited. I've got about 15 seconds. You go ahead and give me all you got. Tell me your name and where you're calling from this evening.
Cameron Bird, Sarasota, Florida, 941.
941 Sarasota's in the building. Good evening. Welcome. Well, guys, I got another few seconds. Tell me your name and Hey, I heard you. Good evening. Who else do we have chiming in this evening?
Sabrina Harris.
Hey, Miss Harris, good to have you. Oh my goodness, the hour is drawing near. It is 10 o'clock on the dot, and here we do everything in decency and order. So I'm going to go ahead and prepare the line. Please stand by.
The recording has started. This session is no longer being recorded. The recording has started. Muted. Unmuted.
This is Tucson. Are you there?
Oh, yes, I'm here. This is Maya.
Are you on the moderator code?
Yes. I'm on the 309 code. That's 309, yes.
Okay. Yes, okay. Yeah.
309.
All right. Okay, I don't think you're on the moderator code. I think we had blocked you out before you actually got started on that when we were preparing the line. We just unmuted it.
Okay.
This is Will Shield. Can you hear me?
Oh.
Yes, we can hear you.
Do I need to go out and come back in?
No, you're fine. You're fine. Okay, all right, that's fine. Let me go ahead and I'm about to initiate recording again. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and get started, all right? And then we'll take care of it. 1 second.
This session is no longer being recorded. The recording has started. Muted.
Great. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jonathan Green, and we want to take this time to thank each and every one of you guys for joining us on this call tonight, guys. We're extremely excited for you. Obviously, someone thought enough of you, folks, that they want you to hear some information about what has worldwidely become the number one most talked about business project of 2019. So by the time we're done sharing this information, hopefully you'll see value in reaching out to that person and saying thank you, guys, because I've been a part of this home-based business industry now for 17 years, and I can honestly say that this is the first time I've ever been in a position where timing, positioning, as well as Hosts and Bugs, folks, incredible leadership has aligned itself with the same business project. My name is Jonathan Green out of the Atlanta, Georgia area, guys. I'm super excited. I want to kick off this call. I'll be co-hosting this with my business partner that I'll bring to the table here in a second, guys. But, I want to talk about the 5 areas that Harvard Business School says you want to evaluate anytime you're assessing a business project, okay? And the first area is what we call the company, folks. They're talking about from a leadership standpoint. Everything rises and falls on leadership. We want to show you why this is the most talked about business project. We want to show you why this is the greatest wealth transfer to come across our country in decades, guys. And the second criteria happens to be the need in the marketplace. Is there a need for what you're offering? The third criteria is the product. Is this a product that's a game changer? Are you dealing with a saturated industry? A lot of questions there, guys. And the fourth, your compensation plan. Do you have an aggressive compensation plan? Does that compensation plan allow you to make money even if you weren't recruiting? Does that compensation plan allow you to earn passive and residual income? And last but not least is the timing factor. I can go on and on about timing, folks, but I'll just share one story to catch your attention before Mr. Iverson shared this information, folks. I clearly remember 1999 as a computer engineer before I joined the home-based business arena, folks. I was fortunate to earn 6 figures a year as a computer engineer. I'll never forget. I remember going to a gentleman who was a self-made millionaire. And at this time, I'd accumulated about $10,000 that I could invest without affecting my lifestyle. And I went to the gentleman, James, and I said, James, I have this $10,000. What do you recommend I do with it? And he said, Jonathan, you came to me at an excellent time. If I were you, I would invest it into all of these, this simply shares of stocks right here. And I said, all of it in the same shares of stocks? He said, yes. And I remember going to my vehicle, and I remember it like it was yesterday. I said to myself, I said, man, I don't know what James is talking about. Mom always said you never put all your eggs in the same basket. And so instead of taking the advice of this self-made millionaire, guys, what I did was I simply watched the stocks. They were 41 cents a share. So I could have literally purchased about 25,000 shares of these stocks. They went up as high as 45 cents, went down as low as 37 cents, and finally, after 2 months, I said, man, I knew James didn't know what he was talking about. Guys, I stopped looking at the stocks. 8 months later, when I looked at those stocks, they were trading at over $90 per share. I missed it. You see, a $10,000 investment, folks, could have yielded a return of over $2.5 million. You see, I was in the right place at the right time, but I didn't make the right decision. Ladies and gentlemen that are guests here tonight, if you've never been in the right place at the right time, we're going to take that away from you here tonight. But more importantly, or just as importantly as being in the right place at the right time, is being locked in with the right people, folks. We've been able to create attract an elite group of entrepreneurs in a short period of time in what we would call the largest business project of our professional career, guys. And to really share with you guys how it came about and to share with you the details, hopefully you found value enough right now to go ahead and grab a pen and a piece of paper, folks, because I'm about to bring a gentleman to the line who happens to be an attorney by trade. This gentleman has also represented professional athletes, folks, as a professional sports agent. So this gentleman's an author. This gentleman has been in the home-based business industry for over 20 years, folks. He's a documented seven-figure annual earner, which simply means he's earned over $1 million a year in this amazing industry. He's built organizations from 20,000, 40,000, 60,000. As a matter of fact, he launched his own network marketing company, folks, where he was the founder and CEO. And this gentleman and his organization, they attracted over 75,000 people to his project just in the first 45 days of pre-launch. This gentleman definitely knows what he's doing, folks, and I'm so excited because myself as well as him, we got a call by a gentleman who is also a seven-figure earner and wanted us to sit down with a Mr. Holton Buggs and a Mr. David Manning, folks. So without any further ado, to let you guys know exactly how this program came about and to give you an opportunity, folks, to secure a position of equity at the beginning of the launch of this project, I want to present you some and introduce others, Mr. Spencer Iverson. Are you there, sir?
I'm here, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Green. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you loud and clear, sir.
All right, well, let's get to it, man. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you have a great appreciation for the gentleman who just did the introduction, and thank you for those kind words, Mr. Green. But this gentleman himself is an iconic figure in this home-based business industry. He has built organizations himself in the tens of thousands of people. I met Mr. Green years and years ago from afar. I was watching him train, and he's on stage. He's in front of, like I said, tens of thousands of folks. He had reached the pinnacle of ranks in that company, the diamond position, which is the top position typically in almost every organization in this industry. And then I was privileged to share the stage with him, I'll never forget, in his home state of Alabama, and just the way that he commands, the presence that he commands dealing with an audience. He knows the facts. He's like me. We're both nerds. We both have a great appreciation for numbers. He's a computer engineer, as he mentioned, by trade. And then I was blessed and fortunate enough to lock arms with him as a partner in another, ironically enough, travel-related product and project where in our first 30 days, we set several records for that company, and it just created such a momentum. And I have a great appreciation for his character, for his integrity, which says a lot these days in business, which says a lot. And right now, we are quietly building, I guess you can call it quietly, one of the biggest movements this industry has ever seen in partnership with the gentleman I'm going to share with you in just a moment. And so to the guests on tonight, we're not going to be long. Something you kind of need to know about me in terms of my background. I'm not the hype guy, right? I'm not the rah-rah guy. I'm the facts guy, right? I get excited about numbers, about data, about statistics. And so if you're on this phone and you're a little skeptical, you have every right to be. You know, we're not going to throw a lot of cliches at you once in a lifetime. You know, we're not going to do that. Insult your intelligence to think that, because I don't know what else you're going to see during the course of your lifetime. But what I do ask that you do is listen attentively, put the clues together, put the facts together for yourself. Do your own instant evaluation, and understand too, this call is not for everybody. We'll put that disclaimer out right from the very beginning. We could have had a call with hundreds and hundreds of people on the call. Case in point, Mr. Green. I remember doing a launch call like this for him several years ago where he had 300 plus people on a call. This is not that type of call. You, as a guest, have been strategically selected by someone to get this information because someone believes that you have the wealth mentality, okay? Becoming wealthy is not a secret. People have written about it. They've done books showing you step by step on what they did to become successful, and there have been psychologists who study the wealthy individuals and the wealthy mindset. One of the things that all wealthy people have in common is that they make quick decisions and they change very slowly. People who never show the propensity or the aptitude to really ultimately become wealthy, they take a long time to make decisions and they change very quickly. And so someone thinks that you can make a relatively quick decision given some basic facts and data that when put together cumulatively makes a whole lot of sense. Mr. Green shared with you that we got a call about 40 days ago. That's how fast this is. Wow, that's how fast this is moving. from a gentleman that we both have known for years. I had just sold our company and started doing consulting for different companies around the country. Started a real estate development company and was kind of a free agent. I started doing a consulting project for this company, and Mr. Green and I got a call to come to Dallas, Texas on short notice. Got to the airport, looked at Mr. Green. He said, "Man, do you know where we're going?" I said, "No." He asked me, I asked him, did he know where we were going? He said no. But the gentleman that we were supposed to be seeing, we both knew his name. So we got to Dallas, Texas. We walked into the office at 7:30, and in that office was a gentleman by the name of Terrence Gray, who that name will become more and more familiar to you as the project moves forward. Mr. Peter Hirsch, he's an attorney. He's a New York Times best-selling author. He's argued cases in front of the Supreme Court. Mr. Green and I have known Peter for a long time. David Manning, the current CEO of Extreme Travel. I'll tell you about that company in just a moment. And then about 4 or 5 other current or former CEOs and big-time builders in the industry, and one Mr. Houghton Buggs. Now, if you're on this line and you do not know that name, don't recognize that name, that's no problem. There was someone else in the room that night who was just like you, maybe, and did not know exactly about who Mr. Houghton Buggs is. And Mr. Buggs himself began to give him a little bit of his CV, of his resume. And he did not do it arrogantly. I mean, it's not cocky if you're telling the truth. And he said, "Look, I'm Houghton Buggs. I've earned over $110 million in the past 10 years in this industry. No person has made more money from a single position than I have. I'm worth over $200 million. I'm 46 years old, and I have a goal of being worth $1 billion by the time I'm 50. I have 3.5 years to do it. This company that we are talking about on today is going to be my legacy play." I pretty much can tell you he had everybody's attention at that point. He went on to cast his vision with the 7 or 8 people that were in that room around that table. And I was keenly aware at that time that this was a Microsoft moment. I don't believe in luck per se. I do believe in providence. And I do believe that somehow, some way, the universe had kind of conspired so that nothing happens by happenstance. There was a reason why I ran into Mr. Green, and both of us were summoned to Dallas on the same night. I believe there's a reason why certain things happened in my personal life that led me to where I was available to even listen to that project. Of all the consulting jobs that I had been propositioned to take and to consider, I chose that one. And in that room are gentlemen that I have known and or worked with for a long time. I've known Houghton Buggs for over 13 years. Again, ironically enough, we met 13 years ago in another travel company. I had an organization of over 40,000 people. I'm on stage in Ram Stadium training 20,000 plus folks. Houghton Buggs on the front row with his good friend, Edwin Haynes. And we became great, great friends and have maintained that friendship to this day. And so we're in that room, and he's casting his vision, and he's talking about the world of travel. An $8 trillion per year industry expected to continue to grow. It's a universal language like math. Wherever you go, people understand travel. He says, Iverson Green, we're about to build the biggest home-based business in the world. Now, again, I told you guys, I'm not big on superlatives. I don't need a bunch of hype and sensationalization. That's just not me. So when you say things like me, even the great Houghton Buggs, my mind, the way it works, it has to make instant logical sense. Okay. Because see, I don't want to make an emotional decision. Don't get me on the rah-rah. Give me on the facts. And so when you say, I get your credentials, I got your background, I got your resume, then you say something like, I'm about to build the biggest home-based business in the world. When he began to talk about our product, if he had said anything other than something as big as travel, we're probably not on this call today. Why? Because if he had mentioned nutraceuticals or coffee or facial creams or soap or energy bars or anything else, those are subcategories. Not bad product, they're subsets. You can't become the world's largest on a subset. So when he mentioned travel, you had my attention because now logically it at least makes sense. Given your track record, given the size and scope of this industry, wow, you don't need much of $8 trillion to become a billion-dollar company. You had my attention. Already had my respect. And so one of the things that I did not know, I don't know if Mr. Green knew this, was several months ago, David Manning and Peter Hirsch had gone to California and had a company developed a proprietary program that just generates tremendous savings on travel above and beyond what you're going to find on Expedia, Orbitz, Booking.com, etc. Did you know that there's one of the biggest scams going on in America happens and is taking place in the industry of travel? Well, Mr. Iverson, what do you mean? Easy. There are two companies that own 90% of the travel industry. You see, you think that Expedia and Booking.com and Orbitz and Trivago and all these are different companies. No. Two companies, Expedia and Priceline, own 90% of all of that business. So when you're going to Expedia and then you go to Booking.com and then you go to this other site, it's all the same company. They just market it a different way to make you think that you're getting a different product and a better price. It's the same deal. So we have a product now that we guarantee will offer you the best prices that you're going to find on the internet as it relates to travel, so much so that we're offering you a 110% money-back guarantee, price match guarantee, so that if you find a better price, we'll match that price and then give you 10% discount on top of that. Can't lose, guys. Cannot lose. And so when the beta version was finished and the production version of that website became available, Peter Hurst sent his good friends. See, I didn't know that Peter Hurst and Houghton Bugs were best of friends, literally. He sent it to Houghton because Houghton traveled anyway. He didn't try to recruit him. He didn't say, hey, man, we want you to come join our company. No, this dude is a multi-millionaire building an Organo Gold. I have no problem naming that company. And he's iconic around the world. He said, hey, look, you're my buddy. Try this and tell me what you think about it. Houghton kicked the tires. He tells the story. He stayed up all night. Him and his team stayed up all night trying to find better prices, and they couldn't. He had to go to Vegas, booked a 3-night stay at his favorite hotel in Vegas, an all-suite hotel, saved $680 on his first trip. He was blown away until he heard about what happened with David Manning, CEO of Extreme Travel. David did a leadership retreat in Vegas, took 10 of his leaders there, got 10 suites at Caesar's Palace for $18 a night. Okay, after Houghton stopped coughing and wheezing, he had those guys come from Dallas to Houston where they met at his home, and that's where the explosion began. That's where the great epiphany was made, and they said, wow, this is something special. Houghton began to see the enormity. He asked a really fundamental question to David that challenged him. He says, how come you don't have 1 million customers? How come you don't have 1 million customers? Man, the world needs to know about these savings. Man, this should not be in a small box with a small company kept to you yourself. This is huge. I'm a product of the product. The next time Houghton used the product, he saved $1,500. I think we got something. And so we fast forward to about 40 days ago. Myself and Mr. Green were pulled into a private room where we went from a Microsoft moment to one of the biggest moments of our, I think, professional lives. I think we both can admit that, where we have been blessed to have a position in this company. You couldn't write a better script for it. You couldn't write a better script for it. There are 3 fundamental elements, I think, to having tremendous success in this industry. I've written about it. I've done CD series about it. One is timing. The other one is positioning. And here's the third one nobody likes to talk about, but it doesn't make it not true anyway. And that's hard work. I don't care what you do, whether it's a home-based business, traditional business, you can never get away from the hard work. You can have great timing and great positioning and just sit there. And that's all you got, timing. You still got to do the work. But I tell you what, that timing and positioning accounts for a lot. And so in terms of positioning, we are number 0004 in this empire. Houghton said, Spencer, Jonathan, I put 3 million people in that coffee company in 5 years. We're going to put 2 million people in 18 months. Just blowing up. His vision is absolutely huge. He said, I did $3 billion in sales. My team did $3 billion in sales for another person's company. Can you imagine what I'm going to do with my baby? You see, this is the first company he's ever owned as president and CEO. So Houghton Bugs is buying, or done now, he's buying or has bought Traverus Travel, and he's made it completely his. Brand new ownership, brand new team, brand new direction, brand new compensation plan, brand new everything. And the Houghton Bugs effect now has created a palpable groundswell around the world that if you haven't felt it, just sit around long enough and it'll come your way. Guys, in this world of travel, what he's doing now is if he looked at, because if I'm where you are, you may still be saying, Mr. Iverson, I've heard this before. I've heard this before, man. Okay, home-based business, network marketing, travel. What makes you guys different? What makes you guys different? Myself, Mr. Green, other leaders, we're doing these calls around the clock. Around the clock. And now let me just tell you this. Let me just talk to you real quick. Now, let me just tell you this. I'm quickly at the point where I'm almost feeling sorry for some people. And here's what I mean. For years, there have been people who come to me, Mr. Iverson, if I could ever have gotten involved with you on something, if I could ever have, gotten close to the ground floor. See, y'all always hear about it early. And your phone is ringing, and you won't answer the phone. See, one of the things I'm thankful for when I pray that I've been thankful for recently is that I'm thankful that when that phone rang, I answered it. Because, see, you never know what blessing is on the other side of the phone if you just answer. So I appreciate you, yes. Because what that means is somehow, some way today, you answered the phone. You could have let it ring. Because had I not answered that call, guess what would have happened? This company still would have rolled on. Because understand this, even if you choose that this is not your path on tonight, opportunities don't go away. These are with other people. They don't go away, just with other people. And we are watching one of the biggest movements I have ever seen. Again, I'm not going to say something crazy. Oh, it's the biggest movement of your life. I don't know what's going to come later in your life. Right now, though, the League of Legends is coming to this company. There are people who swore, like myself, I'm never doing network marketing, building. I'll consult. I'll help you get your business off the ground. I'm not going to build again. You've got CEOs coming out of retirement because it's Houghton Bugs. And so, what is he doing differently? So if I'm you, I'm asking that same question. What makes you guys different? Right? Well, what makes you guys different? There are three things that makes this different. Okay? One is Houghton Bugs. Okay? You can't deny that. The second thing that makes us different, if you're taking notes, is also Houghton Bugs. See, he's 2/3 of the equation. You take Michael Jordan off the 86 Bulls and you have an average basketball team. You take Tiger Woods out of the PGA Tour, you have a 50% drop in viewership. He is the Tiger Woods. He is the Michael Jordan of the modern day era of network marketing. You cannot take that away from him. Get to that last night. Last night I had a call with a gentleman who works for a competing travel company, and he opened up the entire country of Asia for this travel company. I was on call for him for about 30 minutes. He said two things. I'm interested and I want to enroll with your team. Number two, he said, I need to talk to Houghton because I want to bring thousands of people to Asia because everybody knows who Houghton Bugs is. Here's the third thing he said. This competing company, they have a meeting in Malaysia on this weekend. He says, I'm in Singapore right now. I'm flying to Malaysia tomorrow. I need you to set up a call because on the agenda item that we're having a talk about is Houghton Bugs' new company. He has the industry scared to death. So when we talked yesterday, when he landed from Tampa, I said, dude, you got the industry shaking, bro. You got the industry shaking. What's the third thing? Well, he looked at the compensation plan and the way the industry pays out. He said, if you can imagine a funnel has a small end and a big end. He looked at the compensation plans and the way that these companies pay out. He says, why are you paying from the small end of the funnel? You see, if my good friend, Diana books travel on my website. She books a car rental for $100. And Hertz pays a 10% commission. The total commission to be paid is $10, 10% of 100. But what happens with every other company that's in this industry that has travel as their product, okay? Here's how they pay. They pay you 60% of the commission. So the total commission is $10, and you just got 60% of that. You just earned $6. Now, you do that a couple of dozen times, and you and your family can go and have a nice candlelight dinner at Burger King, but it's not going to change your life. Houghton says, we're saving so much money. Why are we ignoring the savings and the margins that are being produced that the company can somehow, some way still benefit from? That's not fair. So Houghton looked at how much the savings were and said they ran the numbers, and they looked at, on average, based on this new program that we have, people are going to be saving on their trips over $600. So let's say now Diana wants to take a girl's trip to Europe. She saves $2,000 by using my website, and she saves that money. She goes to Europe, has a wonderful time. She's excited because she didn't want to go to a conference to get on a conference call. She don't go to a Super Saturday training, some conventions, some rah-rah session, some hotel meeting on Tuesday night. No, no, no. She just wanted to book travel, get a great price. What are customers most concerned about? Customers don't care about making money. Customers will leave one site and go to another one because they save an extra dollar. If it's $98 over here and 97, they're going to book at 97. It's all about price and customer service. So she's excited. She got a great price. I'm excited because here's what Holden did differently. He says, we're going to pay 50% of the savings. Oh, my God. She saved $2,000, so I just made $1,000 in a bonus on a trip she was going to take anyway? Okay, now you repeat that a couple hundred times, and a lot of things in your life are just going to start changing. No, well, for sure, your diet might change, your address, your car, your stuff. Well, I mean, lots of stuff give you options. Oh, it gives you options. And so now the industry is shaking because why didn't we think of that? It's like when I practice law. I could work on a case for days, weeks, months, years, looking at it, interviewing witnesses, all kinds of stuff. And then we just can't solve this case. And so it goes into what we call a cold case file. And sometimes it takes another detective, another attorney coming years later, looking at the same set of facts and drawing a different conclusion, ultimately leading that case to a successful resolution. That's what Bugs did with this industry. We're not the first in the industry. We didn't invent travel no more than Mercedes invented the automobile. They just invented a better one. They did a better job. Holt is just going to do a better job. And now people are scared of it because here's what nobody would tell you. In those other companies that pay that way, what are you left to do? If it's not about the customer, then it's about what? It's about the distributors. It's about the reps. And if you can't build a big team, if you're not Shaniza Dusson, if you're not Jonathan Green, you have no shot. I did a training called Behind the Curtains, where I would do an expose on the industry, where nobody wants to tell you about why you're not walking across the stage in network marketing. Yet they want you to believe that everybody does. No, they built their model on internal consumption. Get the big builders to keep building big. We know you can't sell the product really because the margins aren't really there, so you get a fraction of what we get, and we just kind of keep you happy with parties and trips. Guys, that's the ugly truth behind the curtains. But here's what Holton has done. Guys, you may be that person, Mr. Iverson. I've never been able to build big. I've tried, and I've tried to recruit, and now my friends, they think I'm stalking them, and they hide from me at church. They jump behind the pews, and I go to the mall, and they run into Victoria's Secret. They're just so scared. They think I'm always going to pitch them something. That might be you, no problem. Here's what we're doing differently. We looked at this from a conservative, moderate, and aggressive approach. Mr. Iverson, I'm just conservative. I'm not a big builder. Don't be ashamed of that. Let's say you go out there and get 10 customers who, using our platform, our website, save on average $600. Okay? Over the course of the year, we've already done the math on it. You can earn over $3,000 in bonuses just from taking a conservative approach and having 10 people use your website. Mr. Iverson, okay, I'm not that conservative. I can probably consider myself moderate. No problem. What if you're able to get 100 customers to use your travel link in the course of a year who save on average $600 a trip? You're looking at over $30,000 in bonuses just from the savings from those customers. So you've already replaced somebody's yearly salary just by sharing your travel site. We call them boomerangs, right? What's a boomerang? It's just our proprietary name for your website, your travel link, and it's uniquely coded to one person. So you can't take one boomerang and shotgun it to 1,000 people. No, it's a one-time. It's for one person. It's coded for one person. They can use it over and over again, but they can't shotgun it around, so we can maintain the value. But it's a boomerang because savings go out, profits come back to you. So your mind right now should start thinking about, man, I think I know some wedding planners, some event planners. I think I know some AAU basketball teams and competitive cheer squads and traveling baseball teams that are gone every weekend, and they need hotels and car rentals. Maybe you know a company that has traveling salesmen. Maybe you know a church, a pastor. They're in a building fund project. See, now no longer do you need to try to persuade the pastor to sign up into something. Then the pastor needs to call all the members after church into a room where you present. Oh, my God, those days are gone. Members, if you just do what you do anyway, book travel online. Just book it on the church's website. There's a dual purpose now. You get that all things being equal. I've gotten this question a lot. Mr. Iverson, if it's the same thing on Expedia and the same thing over here, why would I book on your website? Great question. Great question. I'm going to use my mom as an example. See, my mama only is going to book travel on her baby's website. There is not a commercial in the world that Expedia, Orbitz, Booking.com can run that's going to dissuade my mom from booking on her baby's website, all things being equal. If it's $99.95 over here and $99.95 on mybabieswebsite.com, my mom is going to book on the baby's website. Why? Because of the relationship. You see, these churches, these members have a relationship with that congregation. That's where they worship. So now you have a relationship. The prices are the same or better, but guess what's going to happen? 50% of the savings will go right back to the church. Guys, no-brainer fundraiser. Just signed up a good, my brother played with the Dallas Cowboys 12, 13 years. He signed up in the name of his foundation. Now I can go to other pro athletes. I'm not asking you to join a company, come to a meeting on Saturday, get hounded for autographs. No, sign up your foundation. People are already supporting your foundation. Now they can continue to support it by booking travel. They're already going to book, maybe buying tickets to come see you play or the team you used to play for play. And every time they book, 50% of the savings goes back to your foundation that supports the Cancer Society or youth movements or youth programs or other initiatives. No brainer. Maybe you say, Mr. Iverson, I'm aggressive. I'm going to go wide open. I know everybody. And you go out there and get 1,000 customers inside of a year, each saving $600 on average per trip. You're looking at over $300,000 in bonuses, and you have not recruited one single person. Now, isn't that music to your ears? See, now the playing field is truly level. Houghton has said himself, one of the biggest money earners in the company could quite possibly be somebody who doesn't even recruit anybody, who's just really good at getting people to book travel. Isn't that what a travel company should be about? Right? Booking travel. Well, you may be saying, Mr. Iverson, I am influential, though. I can build a team. I can build a team. Well, let's look at that real quick. Let's say you can build an organization of 1,000 people over time, and those 1,000 people say, oh, I'm conservative. We're only going to go in there and get 10 customers. No problem. That's 10,000 trips happening throughout your organization over the course of a year, each saving about $600 on their trips. That breaks down to about 30 trips a day, about $9,000 in bonuses that are going to run through your organization. Once we kind of convert that to a point system in our BV, it comes out to $1,260 a day at the 10% payout level, the lowest level. Over $37,000 a month, over $453,000 a year on a team of 1,000. See, now some of you got chills because I know for a fact, because we had a pre-call, Mr. Green and I. We have a sense of who's on this phone on tonight. See, you're going to stay up tonight for a little while after that little example. Why? Because you built teams of 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 plus thousand people. I just showed you numbers on 1,000. See, that's why Houghton says, you know why I only made $1.3 million a month when I was in Orlando? I said, no, Houghton, pray tell me how you and your family suffered on $1.3 million a month. I'd love to know that. He said, because the comp plan was kept off at $1.3 billion a month. This comp plan in the binary alone can pay $5 million a month. He says, man, look, we are going to have people making $5 billion plus a month in the first 18 months. He shared with me last night. Don't tell anybody. Do not tell him I told y'all this. He told me this on the phone last night. Spencer, we already have somebody in pre-launch, who is already positioned to make about $150,000 in the month of March. What company launches with don't even have a name yet? The back office and the back end isn't even done yet, and already people are in position to make 6 figures their first 30 days. That's why people are lining up. We're about to have so much fun. Oh my gosh, I remember when I was in the travel company the first time, over 13 years ago. I never had more fun. I almost felt guilty. Almost felt guilty. I'm on jet skis. I'm playing golf all over the world. I'm sampling spas all over the world. Mr. Green, it was our job to get in the pool, hot tub, 107, perfect. And then I just recommend other people, that's my job. They pay me to do this. Guys, we're about to have so much fun. How do I get started, Mr. Iverson? So glad you asked. That's how you get started. There's an admin fee of $49.95 to secure your position. And then you can choose from one of 3 packages, okay? You may say, Mr. Iverson, when I travel, I'm probably a Spirit Southwest person. I like to fly coach. No problem. You can come in for $250 one time. You're going to get 10 boomerangs that you can give out to family and friends, and you come in at the bottom of the comp plan, which is a 10% payout. Come on, quit playing now. You know I don't fly coach. If I can't fly business class, we don't move. Fantastic. We have a business class package. Starts at $500 one time. You come in at 12% payout in the dual seat for the binary, and you get 25 boomerangs that you can give away to family and friends. Mr. Iverson, please stop. Do not insult me like that. If I can't fly at the front of the plane first class, we don't move. Okay, outstanding. Mr. Iverson, I'm a diamond medallion member of Delta. I got you. We have a first class package just for you. It's a one-time $1,000. You come in at the very top of the comp plan, 20% payout. You also get 50 boomerangs that you can give away to family and friends. Obviously, the more boomerangs you have to give away, the more money that you can make on the travel side. That 20%, if you're a builder, I want you to listen to what Mr. Bugs is doing. He's grandfathering you in to the highest pay level in the company for one full calendar year, regardless of rank. That's a black diamond payout level. Typically, you have to reach the rank of black diamond to earn 20% payout, in your dual team. Not so here. We're calling that the Founders Package for a limited time. He can shut it off at any time. There are special privileges and bonuses afforded individuals who come in right now at the Founders Package. Understand, the companies don't go through day one only but once in its history. This is Houghton Bugs' first company that he's owned as president and CEO. So this is really big and special to him. So he's commemorating this founders movement all over the world. He's replicating it all over the world. For example, this weekend in Houston, Texas, there's a special VIP party only for people who bought the first class founders package. There's priority VIP seating. There will be things like people who are members of the Founders Club. You'll get 2-week advance notice on specials and promotions and trips like we're taking to Cancun in May. All types of benefits, right? And you're leading by example, right? Mr. Iverson, what's my monthly fee? For all the packages, just $99 a month. If anybody on this phone is a business owner, an entrepreneur, you would give anything if your overhead was just $99 a month. You can't have good internet monthly for $99 a month, okay? So, guys, here's what you want to do. You want to get back with the person and invite you onto this call. Guys, what I just shared with you is about 10%. 10% of the compensation plan. But you know what it is? It's enough for you to secure your spot right now in what is the fastest growing movement in America. We're not here really to convince you. It's happening. Guys, it's happening all over the world. I'm getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning and do a call with Australia before I get on the plane. Guys, we have leaders from all over the world taking part in this movement. And we can't wait to partner with you to help you reach your goals, whether that's just to travel, see the world, expand your horizons. Maybe it's to earn a little bit of extra money so that you can spend more time with your family. Or maybe you want to go big time because you realize you're in the right time, maybe for the first time in your professional career. Now the question is, what are you going to do with it? Hey guys, on behalf of my partner, Mr. Jonathan Green, I'm Spencer Iverson. I'm going to turn it back over to Mr. Green to close us out with any last announcements.
Hey, sir, thank you very much. Man, that was absolutely amazing. And guys, look, get back with the person that invited you on this line, okay? Let them know, first of all, what you like best. And then, of course, myself, Mr. Iverson, as well as Ms. Shaniza, the son, guys, we're available over the next 30 minutes so that we can entertain questions and so forth so that you can feel good about securing your position of equity for one, okay? Thank you very much for joining us. God bless you all. Welcome to the Future Millionaires, and you guys have an incredible night.